where we take Team Park in a bigger context is to turn Team Park into the brainstorming, continuous idea forming, idea of the month I see here, awards. How could we do that? Because it sounds wonderful, I want that.
You have to be able to rate an idea.
Yeah, that's a good idea. We are going to launch a recognition programme in the UK, and we were going to have a committee that would decide, but I'm going to change that now, and I'm going to have people vote, the people vote who should win. And I think that's a great idea to really engage them with it, because they'll see that the people that they think should win are winning.
If everybody in this room goes to Team Park as often as they heard Team Park mentioned in these 2 days, we'll have quite an adoption. So if we talk about this stream, it's an interesting stream. It's a little bit like a communication stream that it's part of who we are and what we do, or we want it to become part of who we are and what we do. And we had a pretty free roaming discussion where we first addressed, the first point is adoption. And everybody here mentions Team Park as if it's well established, and we've been doing that for years. And of course we share things on Team Park, but there's still a big thing to be done in drawing new people to Team Park. So your personal involvement there is absolutely essential. And then very quickly we turned on to the more important discussion is you can have a platform where you can interact and you can share thoughts and you can do all great things, but if you don't embed it and internalize it and don't make it part of your own processes and your own decision making, it's still a technical platform.
When you have an idea of the month, we all think that that's the greatest idea, and we say we're going to think bottom up. And that's the best idea thought about all our employees. Then you have to give them some time and money to work it out.
There's no shortage of ideas. That's absolutely not the problem in our company. I think that almost all of our people have ideas every day. The biggest issue, I think, of us and many companies is actually take the idea and bring it into something real.
So the big discussion was, yeah, but in the end all we talk about is GOP. So if you sort of discredit all the initiatives that you can have on Team Park by, well, who's going to pay for it and what are we going to do, it's very hard to get things going. So that is a hard discussion we still need to solve. Next to that, we had usually creative ideas around video on Team Park to make it cool and attractive. And all the videos of this event, even some of the comedy parts, will be on Team Park. And maybe Menno can share his probably most popular video on Team Park as well. Also an interesting thought to not just share knowledge, but also in some instances share resources. So if there's a big supply of SharePoint people in one country and there's a big need in another country, that was an actual case that we had in the room, that Team Park could be a platform where people can find each other, even though we have this local focus.
Suppose I enter a search it in English, will I then find Spanish and French content?
What we could introduce within Team Park is that when you use your own language, it's okay, but please take the decency or the politeness to drop what you have just typed in your blog or whatever into Google Translate, copy the outcome and put it together with it.
So we can look at the technology issue, but we also need to look at the usage. So making the index in English or putting English tags or something that makes searchable. And then there was a lot of discussion around how you not just stimulate innovation as idea creation, but especially how you then turn that into a process of true innovation, turn it into real live projects, services, changes in our business. So those were pretty much the important things. Then, if I haven't drawn you into Team Park by the coolness and the fact that we all find it very important, I'm going to scare you into Team Park by talking about you not being informed about what's going on. Because if you build your network on Team Park, and Therese mentioned that she is in a contest, basically with me, to build the biggest network. So if you know me personally, not just my name, but if you know me personally, feel free to become part of my network, because then I know what you're doing. If you share your status and your messages, I can stay informed of what you're doing. So this is a screenshot. It's very hard to read, but it shows the messages of what's going on in my network today. So I know that in the Nordics, they're working on certain marketing materials about certain service offerings. I know we did a big presentations for ING about service management and that it's going to lead to business. I know that Luc François yesterday has, on 8:08 p.m., he had a training in putting out messages on Team Park. I knew that because I was in the room. But if you don't have that network, you will miss out on this. And then you will be coming to meetings where all your professionals are all informed and they all know what's going on and they all know what's playing at all your clients, and you just walk in and say, hey, what's up? And then you'll be the one sort of the last to catch on. And that's probably not what you want. So join Team Park. Thank you.